Believe it or not, this is take 3 of this video. The camera was having focusing issues and when is this week over, you guys? I don't know, I'm so done. Anyway, welcome back to my channel, All Things Equilateral. So Kat and I in January went out and got this cute little, I'm calling it a library cart, but in truth it's the Target 3-tier cart that I think everyone has these days. And we thought we'd use it to put together our TBRs, like on the first 2 shelves, and then the bottom, books that we wanted to unhaul. Pretty soon we started unhauling, and I know everyone's been on this Marie Kondo kick. Kat's read her book, I want to say it was like 2 or 3 years ago, The Art of Tidying Up. And the one thing we both took away from it was how to fold our t-shirts in that cute little way so you could see all of them. We've done that for years. That is life-changing, let me tell you. But book-wise, I guess Marie Kondo recommends that, well, she herself keeps about 30 books on her shelves, and that's just not possible. I mean, Kat and I, especially, and Bella, love our books, and I can't imagine, you know, life without bookshelves in every room. They give me a sense of comfort, as I'm sure they do to many of you. So we're not going to go down to 30, but we did aggressively once again go through our bookshelves, and the criteria was, will we ever reread the book, or does anyone in the household, do we think anyone in the household might want to reread the book? And then that's the criteria for keeping a book that we've already read. What I have here is our latest unhaul, and it's both Kat's and mine. I think she's put hers up on her channel, which is great because I'm redoing it here on mine. We always donate to our high school library, or middle school or elementary school, depending on the age level of the book. This time, however, my friend, the Hodgenator, as she's known on Twitter and on Instagram, Chris is her name, and she is a high school librarian that just took over her position this past year, and her students are actually outpacing the collection that she has in the library. So she's a former AP Lang teacher, and you know, I just wanted to help her out. So she put out a call on Instagram and Twitter saying that she would actually pay for donations of the books to be shipped to her. So I'll put all her information down below in the description. But in the meantime, here are some of the books that Kat and I decided it was time to unhaul and put into the hands of readers. The first one is Veronica Rossi's Writers. I gotta tell you, I loved her Under the Never Sky series. It was awesome, but I just couldn't get into this book. Roseblood by A.G. Howard. The One Memory of Flora Banks by Emily Barr. This is a signed Target edition, and Kat really didn't like this book. Also known as by Robin Benway. I love this book, you guys. You know I love Gallagher Girls by Ally Carter. This is right in that same kind of vein, but I'm not going to reread it, and Kat and Bella are just not interested in it. So if they are, we'll pick it up at the library. Okay, the next set of books. You guys, you know I dislike the first book. I never went on to read the others. Kat did, but she's decided, you know what, probably not going to reread them. So here they are, Divergent series, Veronica Roth. I mean, if you watched my unpopular opinions, you'll know exactly why I really dislike this book. So, Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant, and 4, and inside 4 we actually have, I think this is a pre-order incentive, We Can Be Mended, like an additional story about 4 after Allegiant or whatever. Carve the Mark by the same author. Alexander Hamilton, a Revolutionary, a biography by Martha Brockenbrough. And you guys, when we went through our whole Hamilton phase a couple of years ago, I think I read so much Hamilton stuff that I don't think I will be needing to read more anytime in the future, and high school kids could definitely use that as research. Winter Song by S.J. Jones. I love The Goblin King, but just couldn't get into that one. The next set of books, we actually have a dozen books by the same author, and we bought the paperback copies at our used bookstore. They were $1 a piece because the publisher was going through and doing new covers for the books. So at the time, we got them and thought we'd read it. I've enjoyed a couple of books by the author. I've DNF'd a couple books by the author. Kat made this really good comment that she probably would have loved these books when she was in 5th and 6th grade, and just getting into contemporary, for me, they're a little predictable, but there's always this thread because the author is so good. There's always a little thread that keeps you reading even though you know what's coming. So the author is Sarah Desson. This lullaby, What Happened to Goodbye, Once and For All, and we have the hard copy that someone sent us as well. I actually really did enjoy that book. Keeping the Moon, I did not enjoy that one. I actually DNF'd it for Chick Lit-a-thon. Someone Like You, Lock and Key, Just Listen, The Truth About Forever, Along for the Ride, Dreamland, and The Moon and More. Having gone through these books now 3 times, I feel like I know them really, really well. Okay, the next book, we gave the Red Queen series to our high school library, so we missed this in the donation, Victoria Aveyard, Cruel Crown. I think they're the short stories that go along with it. This next book, Kat did not like at all. In fact, if you watch her 2018 Most Disappointing Books video, I'm going to link it up there. It's on there, and she'll explain why. The Way You Make Me Feel by Maureen Gu. The next is a trilogy that Kat really enjoyed the first book, and so did I, but I read it a really long time ago, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. But she never went on to read the next 2 books, which are The Second Summer of the Sisterhood and Girls in Pants, and she doesn't think that, you know, she'll read that anytime soon. The next 2 books are by the same author, Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews, and then we got this really cool arc of The Haters, but we never even opened it. So I'm hoping that Chris can use this as a giveaway. The next 2 books, Kat loves Alice in Wonderland, and so she got these 2 books but then never read them. She doesn't think she'll read them. It's a reimagining. Gina Showalter's Through the Zombie Glass and Alice in Zombieland. 2 Summers by Amy Friedman. This book I actually read and I thought it was okay, but I don't think I'll be rereading it. Emmy and Oliver by Robin Benway. The Takedown by Corey Wang. This is one that we purely bought just because of the booktube hype. Some of the bigger booktubers were getting copies and we thought, oh yeah, this sounds really good, but it's just sat on our shelves, and I feel like it's time for it to go to a library so it can be checked out. The Amateurs by Sarah Shepard. This is the last stack, I promise. Okay, so these next 2 books, I adored this series. If you're into witchy stories, this is the perfect series for you, but honestly, it's not one that I'll read or reread anytime soon. Once a Witch and Always a Witch by Carolyn McCullough. I adore these books, and I hope if they find new readers very soon. I have a feeling they will. The Bells by Danielle Clayton. Neither Kat or I are in the mood for dystopians lately. The Darkest Minds, you guys, by Alexandra Bracken. I adore Alexandra's writing, and I've loved it since her very first book, Brightly Woven. But I've tried to read this, and I've tried it on audio, and I've tried to read the physical book, and it just doesn't hold my attention. I don't know. I think it's a case of it's not, you know, you, it's me. So I'm going to give it away. I know there's a movie that came out with it. Maybe, you know, kids will pick it up and enjoy it. This book actually has been on our shelves. It's going to be 4 years this summer. When we went to ALA in San Francisco 4 years ago, we picked it up, The Summer Chasing Mermaids by Sarah Ockler, and we just never read it. And again, I think it's time to give it a chance with someone else. Paranormalcy by Kirsten White and Supernaturally are 2 books I've tried to get into the series, and again, it just doesn't hold my attention. Welcome Home is an anthology about adoption by Adi Al-Said, Lauren Morrill, CJ Redwine, and Courtney Stevens, amongst other authors. The stories are beautiful and heartwarming, and I really hope that new readers pick up the book. Meg Cabot, Avalon High. I loved this story. We loved the Disney movie. I think it was a Disney movie. So cute, you guys, but again, won't be rereading it. Kill All Happies by Rachel Kahn. Bookish Boyfriends, A Date with Darcy by Tiffany Schmidt. I adore Pride and Prejudice, you guys know that, but I just couldn't get into this one. I'm pretty picky about my reimaginings of Pride and Prejudice, and yeah, that I wasn't so into that. Meant to Be by Lauren Morrill. Again, that's one that just sat on my shelves forever and ever. Same with Signs Point to Yes by Sandy Hall. And this last book, it's the last one I adored, but it's been so many years, and I'm not going to pick it up and reread it. But talk about Pride and Prejudice. This is really good. Prom and Prejudice by Elizabeth Eulberg. So that's it. I know. Here we go. Thanks, Marie Kondo, for reminding us to, if it doesn't give us joy, then just give it away. It's a good idea. I feel so much lighter. My shelves are a little bit lighter too, and so are Cap's. So what books have you unhauled? Have you gone through any of them? I know that with Christmas passing, we all got new books, and it's just time to clear the shelves and get these books into the hands of some new readers. So you know the drill, kiddos. Give me a like, won't you? Please hit subscribe, and you know what? Hit the bell icon, because you never know when I'm going to post. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cut.